Hey, and welcome back to another cooking video. I made breakfast this time, and so if you want to see what I did, just keep watching. I started with some cheddar jack cheese, and I'm just shredding that up with this grater here. I find that the block cheese just lasts longer. With the shredded cheese, I barely get through a whole bag before it starts to go bad. So to me, I get like, it's more cost effective, it lasts longer, and I can freeze whatever I don't use and just take it back out and use it for any purpose later. So just shredding up a little bit of that. And then I am bringing some water to a boil for my grits. I'm gonna salt the water, and then once it's boiling, I'm gonna go ahead and start the process of making the grits. So you're gonna pour a little bit in at a time, and you have to whisk or stir the entire time. That's the key to smooth grits. If you don't do it this way, it's gonna be lumpy and clumpy, so you have to be patient, you have to stir the whole time, and you have to pour in a little bit at a time. If you pour it in all at once, it's gonna be nasty, trust me, okay? And so I put a little bit of butter in there. That's completely optional, of course. It just gives it a little bit of extra flavor and, you know, a smoother texture. But it's going to be smooth regardless if you do what I just told you to do. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of that cheese in. This is about a quarter cup of cheese. And look how beautiful it's melting. That's another advantage to me of the block cheese. It just melts better. And look at these grits. They are so smooth. If you don't like savory grits and you want to put sugar up in your grits, I don't care. Do you. I am not here to judge, honey. Do what you like. And so I made some turkey sausage with this, and I took and cut that into quarters, and then I sliced those. It gives it a little bit more surface area. If you like your sausages fried, it gives it a little bit more surface area, but make them however you like them, honey. I went for a little bit of a darker color, a little bit of crisp on these, as you're gonna see in a minute. And to me, they turned out perfect, but if you like them like this, then just take them out a little earlier. It's okay. I'm preheating the oven so I can get these biscuits started. Now, I am not a baker, honey. So you're just gonna have to follow the directions. Whatever Pillsbury says, whatever Grand say to do that. Because I will lead you wrong when it comes to baking. Every time. But this little cute little biscuit can only have 5 biscuits in it. I thought that was just perfect. So I just followed the directions and they came out very nicely. Now, usually it has like a time range on like biscuits or like little pre-made baked goods. And I usually go with like the smaller end of the time range, and then I check it and then I leave it in for longer if I need to. But I'm gonna add a little bit of butter to these biscuits. I would not suggest doing it this way unless you want bread on your butter. But yeah, and you don't have to even butter your biscuits, honestly. I was just being extra that day. And so we're gonna scramble up a little bit of eggs. I think I cracked 5 eggs here. And you know the rules, salt and pepper only when we're scrambling eggs. So that's all I did. And then this is at like 2 times speed. That's so funny. But you're gonna go ahead and just whisk those eggs up. And then I'm cooking them in butter this time. I think before I showed you guys in bacon grease and it just wasn't that non-stick. These are good pans too though. So I would attribute it to the butter and to these pans. But if you just want like some silky, smooth, sliding eggs, you want to put some butter in that pan, baby. Trust me, look at it. And I'm only using one hand because I'm recording with the other hand. I didn't have my tripod. But even with me only using one hand, even with me using minimal effort, you see those eggs slipping and sliding around that pan. Ain't nothing really sticking. And that's because I use butter. And like I said, the pans are good too. I'm going to link those down below if you on the market for some new skillets, some new pans. But the butter, I'm telling you, make your eggs in butter. Not margarine, not oil. Not no butter spread, no butter. Salted or unsalted, it doesn't matter. But when I tell you, if I was using 2 hands, y'all would be able to see. But I'm barely putting any effort and nothing is sticking. So scramble your eggs in butter, hear me? So after I feel like those are pretty much done, I just turned the heat off. And then I'm gonna add the rest of that shredded cheese. I don't always use cheese in my eggs, but sometimes a little razzle dazzle, you know. So I'm just stirring it in just to make sure the cheese melts. It's gonna melt really fast here. But I pretty much showed the whole process of making eggs. It was a little bit sped up, but I showed from beginning to end, and it's really easy. So you see how beautiful those eggs look. I'm getting hungry just watching this. Oh my goodness. So I'm just gonna plate up the food, and you see the steam coming off the food. Is anybody else like this where you just love hot food? I like to see how hot my food is. If I can't see it, it's not hot enough. And I think I maybe built up a tolerance because I don't even burn my mouth on food no more. I just be eating it straight out the skillet, straight out the oven. I want my food hot. And so with these biscuits, you just serve up a little bit of jam or honey on the side, make a little breakfast sandwich, whatever you want to do. But it was really delicious. That looks amazing. And thank you for watching. And if this looked good to you too, come back because I got more videos. Bye.